Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, The Mondazir Critique. I'm Pascal, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Tron Ares, which stars Greta Lee, Jared Leto, Jodie Turner-Smith, Evan Peters, Jeff Bridges, and many more people, of course. I was hesitant to do a review of this movie because I don't know anything about Tron IP, other than the fact that the ride at Disney World is really fun. But I have some things to say and I needed to put a video out, so let's go. Tron Ares follows this recklessly ambitious tech CEO named Julian Dillinger, who has essentially created the world's most sophisticated robot, Ares, which is played by Jared Leto. Except there's one problem. He can't seem to keep his war robot online and functioning for longer than 30 minutes. Apparently, there is a permanence code that can solve this issue with the robot, but Dillinger doesn't have it. Another tech CEO that's slightly more ethical, more on that later, wants this code too, and this person is played by Greta Lee. Greta Lee's Eve Kim is also on the hunt for this code for her own personal reasons. The whole movie then becomes a mission to get and protect this code. Oh, and of course, Ares is such a sophisticated and advanced robot that he has developed feelings and now he wants to be a real boy. I feel like I gave more details than I usually would in my summary, but this movie is so predictable. There's honestly just not that much to obscure in my review. To me, this script lacks so much freshness and innovation, which is funny because it's a movie about the future and innovation. All the emotional notes feel the same as all of the other robot goes rogue kind of movies. There's the tech CEO driven to lunacy by their own ambition. There's a sensible character trying to talk him down. There's the other character that also believes in science and tech, but does not have evil impulses. There's a robot that is benevolent and curious. And then there's a robot that has no curiosity, and therefore that lack of humanity makes them malevolent. It's just all things that we've seen before. The more I think about it, it is honestly wild just how little they tried with this script and just allowed it to become a retread of old tropes. Like, what's the point of this? I usually really love when sci-fi movies are simple and straightforward plot-wise, but this was too bare bones even for me. The entire movie really is just someone being hunted down for what they possess. It's a weirdly small, contained movie for the stakes expressed in it. To me, this actually needed more characters and more side plots and even more complex themes explored. There are also a lot of action set pieces where like entire blocks of a neighborhood are being destroyed and the residents seem kind of unaffected by it all. Like, we get a few shots of like broadcast news describing the chaos, but that's really it, which is kind of an interesting thing, I think, to include in this movie. I think for those of us paying attention to the AI takeover and, maybe have some trepidation about it, we see the storm and bad omens coming, but if you're not a super techie person, you probably don't see the effects of AI around you, and it may as well not even exist in your world, even though there are invisible impacts there. But I really don't think that's what the movie was going for when they just show these scenes with like people just not reacting to the chaos around them. Which brings me to my next point. This movie is, of course, very pro AI. Which is just like kind of interesting considering the Hollywood strikes that happened in 2023. They were in part about pushing back on the open embrace of this stuff in the creative arts. I just feel like the main takeaway of Tron Ares is like, AI isn't bad. People who want to abuse AI are the bad people, and it's actually ultimately a good thing. There's a quick scene with Greta Lee's character Eve, where it's a clip of her being interviewed, and I believe she's being asked about like the dangers of AI. And what she says is, for every bad story we hear about AI, there are tons of groundbreaking, innovative work being done with the use of AI. There are tons of stories about medical breakthroughs that are changing the world for good. And for me, that just kind of became like the point of the movie. It's like just rehashing these talking points. Like, yes, AI, of course, can go really, 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 really bad, but sometimes it's wonderful. So let's just embrace all of it. You know, one of my thoughts was that this movie really needed one or two huge movie stars to be leading it. I just feel like everyone did kind of okay with what they were given. Greta was charismatic enough. Evan Peters was over the top at times, but serviceable. Jared's robot portrayal ranged from fine to pretty good, in my opinion. Jodie Turner-Smith was locked in as a robot, and she looked great, but she was purposely one note, so there just really wasn't that much to pull from her performance. But I just feel like if there were some true blue bona fide movie stars in this, I would care more about these people and what happened to them. The one big thing that Tron does have going for it, though, are the visuals. This movie looks really, really great, and the only reason why I wanted to see it is because the trailers reminded me of like cool images that you'd see in like a cool like modern roller coaster like the Tron ride at Disney. I just felt like I wanted to like be on a roller coaster for 2 hours, so that's why I watched it, and it is very, very thrilling during the action scenes. I think all of them are pretty good, save for the last battle, and it didn't really wow me. But I really, truly enjoyed the visual effects. I just feel like the storytelling could have matched all the great things that we were seeing on screen. I also felt some decent chemistry between Greta Lee and Jared Leto, but I just wish it was also like pushed a little bit more. Like, give me something to hold on to in this movie besides like cool images. There's also so many moments that felt pretty redundant to me. So there are like a lot of close-up shots of these sharp triangular weapons that Ares and the other robots wield during battle. And it's just not a cool or interesting thing to look at like more than once. And I don't really know why they kept spotlighting it. There's also a Depeche Mode joke that is done one too many times. This script just doesn't feel like it was created for our modern world or even like our future world. It's just kind of bizarre. Again, I think if you're like me and you just want to see cool images for a couple hours, then yeah, maybe you might enjoy Tron Ares. But if you're looking for anything more from movies, then I don't really recommend this. I am all for robot movies with a Terminator, Pinocchio hybrid character, but you gotta come with something new or fresh if you're gonna tell this story yet again. And that is the Mondesir critique. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.